You notice that spare room everybody keeps mentioning like they do have one? Yeah, mine's not quite as spare. It smells like my child's shampoo and like her grassy, muddy soccer cleats. There's a poster taped over the dresser and a string of fairy lights she never turns off. A laundry basket leaning against the wall, and there's always one single sock dangling off the edge. That's not a guest bedroom. That's my daughter's room. My name is Iris Daniels. I'm 36, divorced, and I'm the one who manned the front desk here at this little neighborhood clinic in Chicago. I live in this no-frills 2-bedroom apartment, second floor of this old brick walk-up in Albany Park. It's got creaky floors, one finicky window AC unit, and nothing high-end about it. But it's ours. I have joint custody with my daughter Daisy. She's 14 and a high school student. We week on, week off. The flip is Sunday nights. We are pasta consumption machines when we're together. She douses the kitchen table in homework from algebra, and I'm a nagging dinner-time dingleberry for doing dishes. When she's at her dad's, the apartment is too quiet. And that supposed spare room, my buffer against the rest of them, my mom, Leah. She's 61 and she's using my apartment as a spare room in her home. It's family, she always claims, and somehow it's shorthand for everything from surprise drop-by visits to having various relatives give me their address while they travel. My 63-year-old father, Douglas, hates conflict so much he'd likely watch the house burn down before he'd ever deny anyone anything. My parents visited and hung around for a couple of days. My dad leaned on my flimsy coffee table during the Bears game. The legs totally broke off. Replacing it and having them haul the old one away cost $350. They also caused them to make me run my window unit the whole week with the windows open. It's stuffy in here, Mom said. My electricity bill went up by 180s. Dad promised to reimburse me. He didn't. Mom told me to get over it. Anyway, my 33-year-old sister Lauren is marrying Eric, a 34-year-old nice guy as it happens. Quiet sort of fellow, guarding the door type. Rehearsal dinner this Friday, wedding Saturday in a park, if the weather stays fine. If you've ever met my mum, you can probably already imagine it in your head, a living room full of family, clinking wine glasses, and Mum standing up to deliver some sort of big family speech on starting life together. And then, of course, a gift that's not her own. She's been sending the hints for weeks. 6 months, she said over the phone. Just until they get back on their feet. You've got the second bedroom. She means Daisy's room. No, I said. She laughed, as if I were kidding, but I wasn't. And I'm not going into that restaurant with nothing either. Sitting on my kitchen table is a metal-clasped manila envelope that nips at my nail with each time I close it. What's inside? Paperwork, the kind that gets me down. First, a printed letter from Charles Kent, our building manager. 52 years old, buzz cut, no nonsense. It gives my lease addendum a seal of approval. Beginning next week, I have a new approved roommate, Michaela Delgado, age 29, dental assistant who answered my posting for a roommate. She's taking up the small dining alcove off the living room. We put up a curtain and measured her together. Charles's letter also confirms something else. The locks are being changed Saturday morning at 9 a.m. New cylinders, new keys, management controlled only, no exceptions. Behind it, a letter I wrote to my parents' condo, officially withdrawing all spare keys I ever handed out. It gives them 30 days notice to come back and pick up their emergency key, and that last one, a stamped small claims form for $460. $350 for that coffee table, $118 for electricity. They are signed with their names there. My hands shook writing that letter, still do a little bit. But I remind myself, this isn't starting a fight. It's simply finally closing the door and not being surprised when people open it up uninvited. It's my week off. Daisy's spending it with her dad, I'm sure working on homework and sending memes. We FaceTimed at night. She showed me her soccer bag, the one I told her not to leave in the hallway. My mum was in the background talking, and Daisy told me, "You don't owe them your room." She's 14, but sometimes behaves as if she were 40. I borrow her backbone a lot. So I set the envelope on the counter and go about my morning routine. 8 to 4:30, I buzz people in, check insurance, keep the waiting room on their feet. It's not sexy, it's consistent, it's up to me. As I depart, I pass by Daisy's room, always when she is out. I cinch down her bed, pick up that lone sock, fight the lopsided poster onto its wall. The room smiles at me like a promise. Friday night, rehearsal dinner, white tablecloths, whir of air conditioner units, warm bread, and waiters who can tell the gluten-free from the rest. Lauren's smiling fatigued. Eric stands up as I arrive, the goofy half-hug thing guys do. Mum at the head of the table with white wine in her hand, bracelets clinking. Dad next to her, fiddling with a napkin ring, grinning at something. "Iris," Mum trills. "There she is. Sit down, honey. We're just getting started." I sit mid-table, close enough to hear, far enough not to end up becoming the dish passer of the night. We complete salads, small conversation, and some toasts. Eric's brother makes a joke about losing a ring pop in 2nd grade and dubs it practice. The whole table erupts in laughter, and then I feel it, that unmistakable feeling. Mum taps her glass. "My lovely daughter and bridegroom-to-be," she starts, placing her hand on Lauren's shoulder, "are beginning their life together, and family looks out for family." It's getting near. "I have a surprise," she announces, smiling like she's about to announce the winner of a raffle. The newlyweds will start in Iris's apartment, 6 months rent-free, so they can put money aside for something special. Polite laughter on the other side of the table. It creeps in on a wave. My stomach lurches. Eric looks down. Lauren emits this weird, jittery laugh. Dad smiles, that sort of smile that you give when you don't know what else to do. Mum spins around to look at me with her hand out. "Hand over the key, sweetie." "No," I reply. The word just hangs. The room is silent. Mum leans her head. "Don't be stubborn. We already talked about this." I said no, and my voice isn't even shaking. Lauren spits, "Stop being selfish." Then she's out of her chair. And the next thing I know is the slap on the cheek. The room is quiet. I put my hand to my face, not to hide behind, but to ground myself. Mum's voice comes loud over, "Ladies," but the tone is for me, not for the woman who hit me. I rummage through my purse, put the envelope down on the table, shove it forward. Read. No one stands up first. Then Eric. He opens the clasp, draws out the top sheet. It's Charles's email, the addendum to the lease. Mum leans forward, not trying to conceal that she's struggling to read. "What is this?" she asks. "Read," I say again. Dad whispers, "Let's not make a scene." "We've already done that," I remind him. Eric keeps reading. His eyes roam line after line. He reads where it says, "Change the lock," and his brows bunch up. Lauren's voice cracks. "You're going to actually lock us out?" "You never lived here," I say quietly. "Daisy has a room. I pay rent. This isn't an extra wing." Mum takes one of the pages. "You served us with a legal notice." "I gave you 30 days, I tell him, "and I demanded my key back." Eric finally reads the last page, the demand. $468, he grunts. $350 for the table, I tell him. $118 for the power bill. Mum shakes her head. Family doesn't sue family. Family doesn't make someone else sleep in your room, I retort. The table is silent again. Lauren's eyes are tears welling there. "You're ruining my wedding." "I didn't hit anyone," I say to him. I am massaging my aching cheek. And then it suddenly does occur to me. This has nothing to do with the table and the check and even the key. This has to do with finally closing a door and having it remain closed. I finger the key in my handbag and I leave it there. Because this isn't a guest room, this is home. We were expecting it, Eric tells me more quietly this time. We shelled out 2 nights' worth of motel so we could weather the weekend. Expecting is asking after that, I remind him once more, because evidently no one heard me the first time. Asking would have left me the right to say no without all this drama. Mum's bracelets clink. You're embarrassing yourself at a family reunion. I look down at the white tablecloth, the folded napkins, the already lit candle on the table. I brought copies, I say, rummaging through my purse and sliding a thinner stack of papers out to him. Keep these, the originals are with me. The server again stands in the doorway. Entree. Hold mine, I say to him. Relief relaxes his shoulders as he nods and leaves. An aunt clears her throat a few seats from me, muttering something about the powder room. Two of her cousins follow her along. Eyes do not turn in my direction. Lauren's fingers flutter over the papers and into her lap. Can we talk later, just us? She whispers. This is the speech, I say to him. Tomorrow at 10 your keys that you've won will be worthless. If you show up on my doorstep, Charles will tell you to go away. If you call the clinic, my boss will instruct you to write. Mum rolls her eyes. Threats, boundaries, I continue, unruffled. Dad is older than he was 10 years ago. We'll figure a way, he snarls. Do you? I say. There are plenty of apartments here. I push my chair back. Legs scrape across carpet, a gentle sound somehow colossal. I take the thicker packet, the greased one, and shove it into my bag. Iris, wait, says Eric. But I stand anyway, tuck bills under my bread plate, a conditioned reflex, stack my water glass neatly on its coaster. The locks are changed in the morning, I announce, more toward the middle of the table than to anyone in particular. If you need to track me down, email me. Mum attempts to interject by opening her mouth, but I don't allow it. I place my packet next to her hand so she can't go around it, and place the tip where the server will be able to notice it. I then get up and move away. The air around me is colder than any such back room could possibly be. I glance at my phone. Daisy's heart still lingers there from before. I breathe as if the door I close has in fact closed. Saturday morning, still sore in the cheek, coffee has been brewed, sitting around waiting for 9 a.m. like a dental appointment. At 8:58, the buzzer rings. I press it. Boot steps creaking up the stairs. Charles appears, tool bag and clipboard in hand. Good morning, ready? He says. Yes, I say, stepping aside. Quick work, grumbling to himself. New cylinder in, out with the old one. Click, click, all spick and span. Front door complete. Back door and postbox now. 2 keys he gives me. No spare. Need spares? You go through me. I won't, I say to him. I mean, I'll cut through you if I need to. My mouth is parched. He nods. I sign the log. New sig, new date. As if putting the period at the end of a long, dirty sentence. He keeps the old keys in an office zip pocket. I've cancelled out any fobs you had on for your unit. Nobody can buzz through the front gate. Thanks, I tell him. Not sufficient, but accurate. Then, after he is done with the mailbox and back door, he reads the bullet points. Anyone who says permission to enter or stay, they do not. Send them to him. Call 311 if it continues getting worse. Building policy is printed downstairs. I've got it, I say to him. I will send confirmation via email once the change is made. Are you okay? I will be, I say. He nods and tumbles down the stairs. Echoes of boots in the stairwell I know all too well. In the apartment, I stuff a padded envelope with a printed notice. Insert emergency key here and return mail. Postage paid. I create a duplicate envelope for Charles, just in case. First one sent certified. Receipt and tracking number taped to the fridge with a magnet. Paper backing more paper. I sit on the stoop with a thermos. Quiescent Saturday neighborhood. Dogs, laundry, a clicking bike chain. Guilt at noon. Urgent, like a weight in my stomach. I let it sit. Coffee table, AC with windows open, Daisy's cleats. I breathe. Phone buzzes. Daisy. Heart emoji. Proud of you. I send her a picture of the new keys. She answers, key emoji, soccer ball. I block Mom, Dad and Lauren. Do not disturb for Daisy and work only. Anything else? Email. I make a family folder and move all Charles' emails there. 1:30 p.m. Some loud banging on my door. Mom, happy, demanding. Open up. I stay quiet. Send Charles. She's loud in the hall. Reply, on my way. Mom bangs again. You're being ridiculous. We need to talk. Douglas strolling along the corridor. I swallow a swig of water, knock a third time. Elevator door opens. Charles's gentle tone. Ms. Daniels, you'll depart. Private dwelling, access ceased. Contact through email. Mum, I'll be right with you. I see a flash of her hand on hip, bracelets clinking. No, says Charles, tight but firm. Hold on. Shoes shift and footsteps vanish. Elevator jolts. I exhale the breath I hadn't realized I was holding. Phone buzzes. Private number. Just after 3. Text. We can't check in till 4. Where are we sleeping tonight? I glance at it. Don't reply. Screenshot. Email to self. Same file. Silence is a sentence when you've already said everything. I boil the pasta. Counter lunch. So still each ring of the fork is loud. 4 mile PM, radiators ticked, light subdued. I try the new lock, turns, closes, so do I. Sunday morning, light coming in through blinds, cheek aches, coffee, laptop opens. Message from Charles, lock changed, 2 keys issued, mailbox cylinder exchanged. Move that to family folder, photo of keys, more my own than anyone's. 9:12 a.m. Ringing from private number. Let ring once, twice, swipe answer. Hello, Iris. Lauren's voice strained but suspended. It's me. Don't hang up. I'm here, I say, marking the last week's mug ring. What do you want? Gentle shuffle. Eric on the phone as well. We need to talk. Not at the restaurant. Not like that. Okay, talk. Lauren winces in pain. We can't stay here today. We thought we could come over to your house. She swallows. Please, I whisper. I'm not bragging, but I'm not freeboarding. We do it by rules, terms. There is silence. Okay, Eric warns. First, I tell him, payment, $468, numbers you've seen. Second, a signed apology letter from you, Lauren, for the slap and surprise attack. Not a text, a real letter, with a promise that it won't happen again. Third, no keys in the universe, no spares, no strolling by hoping you can. Email only. You do not show up on my doorstep. Lauren takes a soft breath. A letter? Yes, words in print. You allowed Mom to run over you and you ran over me too. Putting it into writing binds you. Eric trying to break in. What if we offer the money and apologize now? I appreciate that, I tell him, but promises don't fix my coffee table. Words on a motel payphone don't mark a boundary. I want it on paper. Lauren's ragged breath. You're making it transactional. I'm explaining. Clarity is the only one that functions in our family. Thud, individual sits down. Eric. What about timing? You have till next Saturday to pay back, I inform her. Mail or meet at my credit union. Apology as well. Email me for the meetup. Record kept. I don't have your email, Lauren responds. Yes, you do, I say to her. It's the one I've sent Daisy's birthday photos to. I'll send terms on note. Tonight? Lauren asks. I've put out apartments in the neighborhood, budget template, basement, studios. You can call today, showings tomorrow. I'll review lease before you sign, but not opening my door, not now. Wait. Motel AC whines softly. I need to speak with Eric, Lauren says, firmer. Email me, done, I say to her one day. Eric clears his throat. Love the response. I won't always, I respond. Email is how we do this from now on. I type terms, amounts, no keys clause. Attach PDF of small claims docket, mailing address included, apartment listings and budget spreadsheet. Send, copy to family folder, 11:03 a.m, Mom email, subject, family, sacrifice, childhood, family struggle. You will see when Daisy is older. Cannot believe you expect a court to help with your mother, I reply. Single sentence, photo of docket, case number underlined. Send repayment to me, no further negotiation. 5 minutes later, unknown call. Let ring to voicemail. Listen, quiet voice of Dad. We'll get you the money, kiddo. Mum's upset. We'll figure it out. No callback number. Save the voicemail. The rest of the day is subdued after this. I print out the budget form and set it on the counter, just to gaze at my figures in neat columns. At 2, I stroll along Riverwalk. The air is thick, green and steady. Upstairs, I wash the second-hand table I bought, solid wood, not sagging, and envision a curtain rod screwed over Michaela's alcove. The room feels steady. The line does too. By Monday morning, already on the family thread. I look at my phone before clinic opens. A stack of unread texts under the subject weekend. Enough. Can't believe you kicked out the bride, Iris. And my cousin Tasha. She didn't kick anyone out. It's her apartment. A trail of facepalm emojis erupts. I mute the thread and switch on the waiting room TV. Captions on. 10:07. Email from Charles Lands. Access control audit of Unit 2B done. All currently held key fobs and intercom rights revoked at 9. Only 2 live keys available for your unit. No copying permitted. Policy reminder attached. I bring this into the family folder and answer with a quick thank you. My manager knocks on my desk during lunch, clenching a pink note slip like it is a prop from a film. Leah phoned 3 times, she tells me. I had forwarded the voicemail to HR as you asked. You okay? I am, I answer. She is gone. I cover my ears. Mum's high-sugar voice. This is Leah, Iris's mother. Please let her know that this tantrum will not be tolerated. She is making a fool of herself. We will be driving by the office if she doesn't reply. I forward it to myself, place it in the folder, and forward HR a brief note. Family issue. Please forward any calls from my mother to email. They reply, will do. The week is in a straight trajectory. Work 8 to 4:30, home to a quiet apartment. Daisy calls with a photo of her friend's cat sporting a crooked bow tie and a how's the cheek. I tilt the camera and show the fading pink. She makes a gigantic frown and says to put cold spoons on it. We hang up the phone before the play-by-play of her show begins. Wednesday, Michaela. A plant and 2 suitcases. Aspirational, she reports. Smaller than I remember, worn like everyone in the city at midweek. She sets down the plant on the kitchen counter, lays out a neat stack of pay stubs and ID. Just in case you might need to see them again, she says. I also toss in first month and half utilities from move-in date, she goes on, digging into her handbag for an envelope. Cashier's check, my name spelled correctly, bank stamp embossed over my thumb. We're good, I say to her, and mean it. We sit at the kitchen table and sign the roommate agreement I came up with last night. After 10 quiet time, text first before guests over, no candles in the nook, rent on the first, utilities split by the bill. She reads each line, asks about trash day, signs carefully. I push a copy towards her. Thanks, adulting. We wheel her suitcases into the dining room. The curtain we installed last week falls to the floor, a tidy line. She unzips one of the suitcases, pulls out a rolled rug, a table lamp, a framed photo of 3 women in scrubs, laughing. Puts the plant on the windowsill, plugs in the lamp. The corner is hers. She places her toothbrush next to mine in the bathroom. A tiny thing, but I almost miss the way my shoulders unfurl. Holmes drops another inch. Charles emails later in the afternoon. Michaela is on the lease addendum. Name on intercom by Friday. No spare keys without prior notice in writing. I reply with thanks, CCing Michaela. She thumbs up responds. We have leftover pasta on the counter that evening. Michaela checks in with us about a patient who'd arrived with a Ziploc bag full of unidentified dental fragments, asking if it could be recycled. I laugh harder than I've laughed in days. We do dishes, clean counters in a figure 8. We'll figure out a cleaning schedule. I'm low maintenance. Me too, I tell her, except for Daisy's room. That's always hers. Thursday morning, my phone rings. Lauren, we have the money. Can we get together? I look, then respond. Credit union, Saturday noon. Cashier's check and written apology. She responds, fine, bring ID so they don't give you grief at the counter. The writings persist. The apartment is quieted. Curtain over Michaela's nook. Plant leaves at angle towards window. Then take another picture on the family strand. Aunt, doors used to be open. Tasha, doors close 'cause we like our stuff and peace. I don't say anything. Take a picture of roommate harmony. File original. Hall glows with Michaela's lamp. For the first time in months, I sleep without tensing for keys in my lock. Saturday, credit union. I arrive on time. Vacant branch, vinyl chairs, potted plant more dust than green. Lauren and Eric arrive at noon sharp. Motel weekend tan lines, dark circles under the eyes. Lauren thrusts the cashier's check onto the counter. Numbers crisp, 468, bank stamp embossed. Thank you, I say. More 2 sheets of lined paper. Lauren does everything. I hit you. I let Mum speak for Eric and me. I knew you'd said no, but I spoke maybe. I am ashamed. I am sorry. Daisy's room is hers, period. She signs page 2, quiet. I tap the corner to make it square. Thank you for writing it, I say. Lauren nods. Eric, I should have stopped it. I didn't. I'm sorry. We deposit the check. Teller's printed receipt. Available next business day. I fold it, put it in my wallet. Around the table once more, clasped hands of Lauren. Mum's gonna be Mum. She got the filing, I say. I tuck the apology and receipt in my bag. No hugs. Walk out together, side by side, heads bent in conversation. Space between us doesn't ache. Credit union receipt warm in my pocket. Bag heavy with apology and blue pen. We're good at this distance. Monday, bank app notifications. Deposited by MCO Delgado. Screenshot, save under roommate contract. Michaela already at clinic. Plant tilts towards window. Daisy FaceTimes. Guess what? She's smiling. I wrote my English essay on boundaries and received an A. She holds up the rubric, check marks, teacher note. It's not selfish to close your door. Adults can be children, children can be adults, and that's why rules are handy. Wednesday, certified mail. Money order for 468, short note, crisp, impersonal. Compare with receipt. Lauren's check was cashed. Draft letters, 1 to Mum and Dad, 1 to Lauren and Eric. Clean paper trail. Thursday, come back to credit union, speedy deposit, teller stamps receipt. I drop off dismissal form at courthouse at lunchtime. Case dismissed. 2 Fridays later, coffee shop, middle ground, basement studio leased. Low ceiling, massive closet. Lauren had sat AMs, Eric had evenings. Mum is keyless mum. We talk about Daisy's game, laundromat fees, bus stops that don't reek of old fries. No keys, case closed. Home, Michaela reaching over lime garlic plate. Help yourself. We dine at the counter, plan weekend deep clean. Daisy on bed, sock on and off. I flip sock at her. She smiles. Envelope on floor, intercom label rewritten, key control list added. Charles calls to confirm, case dismissed. Apartment closes in around us, holds only what is to be here. Simple, like a rule you can live by.